So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I set my Sony a6300 before shooting any film. I have been using this camera for last 1.5 years. So I used to be a Canon user for 3 years and I switched to Sony system just for filmmaking. This camera has gave me so much versatility in filmmaking that I couldn't even imagine before. So without further ado, let's jump into the settings. So the first thing here is to switch on the camera. So after switching on, we'll take the mode dial to movie mode. After this, we'll go to the menu by pressing the menu button and go to the camera settings. Go to the second subfolder and here we'll go to the file format. Now this camera can shoot 4K and 1080p, also the 720p. So if you want to shoot 4K, you need to check the XFCE as 4K, or if you want to shoot 1080p, you can check the XFCE as HD. Now this AVC HD and MP4, I don't normally use this because I'm bound to do a lot of post-processing in after shooting. So XFCE as HD and XFCE as 4K is the go-to for me. And why I do the XFCE is because XFCE is the Sony's latest codec on this camera, and this codec is so much improved that you can do a lot of heavy post-processing in your editing panel. Also, if you're in a situation like you need to save a lot of space and record for a long time, you can use this AVC HD and MP4 because this saves a lot of memory space. And for the XFCE 4K, this takes a lot of space in your memory card. As an example, in a 64GB memory card, you can record up to 40 minutes. Let's say I decided to go for XFCE 4K. If I select this one, next up I will go to the record settings, and here I will select the 24p 100mm super 35mm settings. And if I am shooting for any TV broadcast, I can shoot in 30p 100mm. So for the time being, I'm going to select the 24p 100 megabits per second. Now this camera can also shoot slow motion in 120 frames per second. So to active that, you need to go to the file format and go to the XFCE HD, because this can shoot in 120 fps only in 1080p mode. So go to the record settings now, and here you will find the 120p 100 megabits per second and 60 megabits per second. So to get the better quality, you are going to use the 120p 100 megabits per second. So let's select it. So next up, I'm going to the fifth menu, and here I'll go to the picture profile. Now Sony has given this picture profile to improve the dynamic range and get the look whatever you want. So they have got these presets like PP1, PP2, PP3 and up to PP9. I guess PP9, yes. So if you go to the PP1, you get this gamma settings and the color mode. These are very important. You can select all these manually, but they have this preset so that you can select one of them and use it properly for a good result. Now you shoot normally in daylight or in low light. So if I'm shooting in daylight, I'm going to use the PP7 that has the S-Log 2 and the color mode cinema. This S-Log 2 gives you so much versatility in post-processing. I'll show you in another video, not today, because this tutorial is going to be meant to be pure basic. And for daylight, I am going to use the PP1 and select the gamma to Cine 4 and the color mode to Pro. That's it. So after setting my picture profile, I normally go to the settings tab and go to the zebra and active the zebra up to 100 or 95 like this, so that I can see the blown out area in my screen. So again, I'll go to the menu and go to the custom settings and go to the marker display, and I will press it on, and I'll go to the second sub menu and I'll go to the marker settings and go to the aspect, and I'll select the 2.35:1 from here. So if I come back to my display, you can see there is two guidelines. There are two guidelines here which shows you the 2.35:1 aspect ratio of your film. So if you want to put a black bar in post-processing, you can shoot it pre-planned. So there you don't have to recompose your shot in later on. Now we have set all the settings inside the camera. Now before shooting, we need to check some other settings. So first of all, we'll check the shutter speed. So as I have select the 24 frames per second 4K, so I will keep my shutter speed to 1/50th of a second. Again, to get a proper exposure, I will select my ISO. So this looks good, I guess. And next up, I will go for the white balancing. So to white balance, some of the time the auto white balance works great for me, and some of the preset there's works great for me, and if it doesn't work, I can always custom white balance my camera. So how to do the custom white balance, I will tell you in another video. So these are the settings I normally do before shooting a video with Sony a6300. So these are just some basic settings before shooting any film. I'll show my in-depth settings of this camera before shooting any film in another video. So that's all for today, guys. If you like this video, please thumbs up. If you have any question, please comment below, and please subscribe to my channel. Keep me inspired. Goodbye.